Fantastic. Okay.
Oh,
So
gosh.
yes, and we have, we've got 9 people participating tonight. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. It just goes to show that, you know, we love our fur babies and just want to take care of them in the best way. So I don't have any pets right now. I'm ashamed to say that, and I'm here helping teach this class, but I've always had dogs my whole life. I've always been allergic to cats, but I actually did own a cat at one point. And at one point in my home, I had 2 ferrets, 2 dogs, a cat, 2 snakes, a tortoise, 2 fish, 2 rats, and a bunny. So I'm not a stranger to pets. It's just I like to breathe. So I let my kids have their pets at their dad's house, and I just have my breathing zone. So yeah.
My daughter has 5 cats, 2 dogs, 2 hamsters, 3 guinea pigs, 3 chickens, 1 fish in our house, except for our roommate, a guy that rents a room, has 3 small dogs. So our house is kind of like a zip.
Wow. Dang.
Chickens right now are in the house because we were raising them for little chicks, and they're now about that big. They got their feathers. They're going out soon, thankfully.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's got to be crazy.
It is.
Okay, so for those of you, I mean, let's see, is anybody on here kind of new to essential oils? Have not tried any yet, or haven't really, isn't familiar with doTERRA? Is there anybody like that on tonight? If so, if you can unmute and speak up, and I'll just do like a really quick overview of kind of the power of essential oils. Okay, cool. So we've got some oil veterans on tonight. For those of you joining us on Instagram, essential oils, as you guys know, powerful thing to affect the mood and all different systems of the body, right? And it's the same with our furry friends. So, and you guys are all familiar with doTERRA's incredible quality. What does that mean for you, like with your pets and everything?
Well, it's the with animals, they're highly sensitive to additives. So if you give them an essential oil that you just get out the supermarket per se, it has some additives in it, and it, just like us, we react to additives and we'll get like rashes and stuff. Dogs and cats will actually start patching and missing fur, including horses.
Oh wow.
From the additives, because their bodies are so hypersensitive to it.
So true.
So if you're going to use an essential oil for your animals, purity is the best. And if it's got good quality, and it definitely has to be distilled, because if it's not a distilled essential oil, it's going to have additives in it, and it's going to really damage your pet.
For sure.
So yeah.
Okay, so if you know any vets, like, let's talk to them, okay? Because these are wonderful tools.
Yep.
Okay, so some of the tips and things that we have with animals, we want to start small, I would think.
Yep.
Right?
Just like we do. So when we had an essential oil class here the other day, remember the girl that was allergic to lavender? And you gave her something that had a small dose of lavender in it to see if she had a reaction to it. She would get headaches and massive migraines from lavender. So when Lisa did the small little check on the doTERRA product, because it's different from the ones in the supermarket, which had the additive in it, she didn't get a headache. So the headache was caused by the additive that was in the essential oil. So our animals will react to essential oils differently. Even though it's safe for them, our animals may not like them. Like some people do not like certain oils. So cats and dogs, just like us, all our animals just will react the same.
And I can't really do that with, probably can't do that with animals as well as I can do it with my kids. Like, oh, just buck up. It's good for you, you know?
But
they can't understand that.
Exactly. But the way your animal reacts to an essential oil, so like in this picture, they put it on something, it was a diffuser. So they're using the diffuser, and then as you can see, the cat's coming up to smell the diffuser to see if it likes the essential oil that's in it. It is attracting it. It's kind of like catnip. They love catnip. Dogs, they have this one smell they go for. And I can tell you this, catnip is one of them. Dogs love catnip like crazy, and does the same effect to them as it does to cats.
Really?
It does. It's hilarious. They get zoned out and drool, and then they lay there for a while. It's almost like they're high.
They probably are.
They are. Yeah, I'm sure. But I noticed that my dog reacts to peppermint. He loves the smell of peppermint. He'll lick it up and everything else.
Oh, really?
You put lavender near him and he runs.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He doesn't like the smell of lavender. No matter
My dog really likes the smell of vetiver. My dog loves vetiver.
And vetiver is actually used in one of the animal products.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Fantastic. I do know, for those of you that saw the sneak peek of some of the different products that are going to be available in the online doTERRA marketplace for the convention, there are several pet products that they're going to be, yes. So if you don't have your ticket to the Global Connection yet, talk to one of us, whoever invited you to this, or comment below, and we will get you the link to that so you can have access to the online marketplace and snag up these fun little gifts for your furry friends as well.
So topical use, a good way to use your essential oils on your animals is recipes for like fleas and stuff like that. So this little tear out sheet I got, which she's going to scan into the system.
I'll put it in the units in our VIP group, okay? So in the 8th week, that's kind of our specials class, right? And so I'll add this video and some of the other resources that will point you guys to regarding the pets.
Yep. So like an all-natural healing salve. So this helps with any of your treatment of your dogs that like they have cuts, like you know how some of the dogs will rip their paws open when they're running around or digging. Cats, I mean dogs attack, fence attacks, birds attack. That salve will actually be topically used and it'll help heal. Hot shot spray is a topical one that they actually will spray onto the area, and it just kind of calms the wound down. It makes it to where they're not obsessively licking it.
Oh.
Because when they obsessively lick, they make the wound worse and can actually damage.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are in those?
The one that for the natural healing salve, you got 8-ounce cold pressed, unrefined organic coconut oil,
Okay.
beeswax, frankincense essential oils.
How many drops?
So on the beeswax, it's 1.25 ounce and 15 drops of frankincense, 10 drops of myrrh, 10 drops of
Copaiba. Copaiba, yes.
Yes.
And better than CBD, right, guys?
Yep.
Hey, Jamie, will you mute yourself, please?
Oh, shoot. Sorry.
That's okay.
And
It really is.
drops of lavender, 5 drops of
Helichrysum,
and 3 drops of vitamin E oil or
lanolin.
Yeah. And on the vitamin E oil, you want it at its purest state. So it is, I ordered some, and let's just say it's not the cheapest thing. And so you, in a double boiler, Heat the coconut oil and beeswax until they melt down. Remove from heat, wait until the mixture starts to cool, just a few minutes, before adding all the other ingredients into it. A 100 ml cream jar is what you're going to want, and store in a cool place where it will not melt, and apply over any of the affected area. Safe for cats, dogs, horses, and other large and small animals.
So I would say probably we'd want to, if it's a small animal, I would definitely suggest decreasing the number of drops. Yeah. Especially like with cats and things, I would go like 1 drop of the different essential oils. Yeah. So kind of think like a cat, because of their body weight, wouldn't you say, like, treat them sort of like an infant in regards to oils?
Exactly. And hamsters, they get skin conditions. Not many people know this, but I have a hamster at home. His name's Thorn. He's our big hamster. He's a cutie. And he comes and jumps into his ball anytime I throw the ball up there, or he'll climb out and he'll just roll around and lay on his belly and let me scratch him. He ended up getting ants in his cage because they were crawling in there to get at the food. They made him excessively start itching and gave him allergic reaction and caused his fur to start ripping off. I ended up taking a couple of essential oils and made like a little itty bitty salve and putting it on him. And I only did a half a drop, basically. I only took my finger and tapped it for the essential oils, and then I mixed it in with the cream, and then I put it on him. It actually healed up. He started growing back his fur and everything else. But it really was disturbing him to have the ants in there. And my daughter goes, "Mom, his cage is full of ants. We got to move them." And I'm like, oh my gosh. We figured out where they were coming from. Peppermint oil, people, actually work really good against ants.
Nice. Nice.
It burns them.
Awesome.
Spray it on top.
Okay, so let's go into some of those general do's and don'ts. We've mentioned some of them, especially with the kitty cats, right? Avoiding peppermint, really diluting far. Because, I mean, body weight is the big thing. Just adjust accordingly for that. But yeah, so what's the don't list for sure?
So cats, all your cat lovers out there, basil, citrus oils, bergamot, grapefruit, lemon, lime, orange, tangerine. Every citrus fruit one they cannot touch. Birch, cinnamon, clove, dill, fennel, tea tree. That's a no-no for them. Oregano, peppermint, thyme, rosemary, spearmint, and wintergreen. Those are all the ones you really want to avoid for your cats.
Topically and internally?
Yep.
Okay.
Because they will have a definite reaction. Actually, some of these oils can permanently kill your cat. So you definitely want to read that list and keep that list close to you, because you do not want them getting a hold of any of that. Dogs, birch, melaleuca, wintergreen. You got to use caution with the hot oils such as oregano, casa, cinnamon, clove, rosemary, and thyme. So when they actually use those oils in here, like rosemary is on ear spray, you have to be very, very careful that you don't use so much oil that it burns their ears.
They're just super sensitive.
Very sensitive. They're like a baby with that. Because if you put anything on an infant, you got to be very careful, because they're the same way. Sensitivity.
Any other general ones for us? Like do's and don'ts?
Dilute.
Right?
Yeah.
What 1 drop of essential oils is 40 million trillion molecules. Okay? In 1 drop. So it's enough, right? It's enough.
And that's why they said to use a lot of dilution. And distilled water is really good. Aloe vera juice is really good for your animal. And when you're placing it in their mouth or on their skin, it's good.
Gotcha.
So.
Got any cat recipes for us?
Yes. So, flea and ticks, well, actually, let's do calming spray. Everyone knows that our cats and dogs, they have high anxieties. Cats, they show it by scratching things up. Dogs destroy things as well. So for the calm and cool spray, you want 10 drops of lavender, 10 drops of, I can never say that one,
Copaiba.
5 drops of cedar wood, and then you want 2 drops of vetiver.
Yeah.
I can't speak tonight. Add
Englishing is hard
ingredients.
sometimes.
Add ingredients to a 1 ounce spray bottle. Top off with distilled water. Shake before use. Use on spray on bedding or topical along the spine to calm your pet. Cool and during stressful situations. So when you notice that your cat's having a stressful day or your dog, spray their back. Spray where they're laying. That will help them a lot.
Maybe even in your hand and then pet them.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep, because you're going along the spine.
Cool.
And another cat one is, I hate my cat scratching on my couch. Here's a scratch deterrent.
Yes.
So if you do not want them to spray in the spot, use 10 drops of eucalyptus essential oils, 10 drops of lemon essential oil, and 1 cup of water. So you fill an empty spray bottle with the oils, add the water and shake well, and then spray to the areas that you do not want your cat to scratch on. So it's got the eucalyptus and the lemon, which is the citrus, and they don't like that smell. So they're going to reject it. And they may stay away from that area.
That'd be handy.
Yeah. And then no odor kitty litter. You use 25 drops of Purify essential oil and 4 cups of baking soda. And you can bind in a large bowl and then sprinkle that in 2 tablespoons into your kitty litter when cleaning the box daily. And that'll keep the smell down.
Cool. So we can kind of pick maybe the cat's favorite essential oil to include in that.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, so let's share some more dog recipes. I think we've got a lot of dog people on here.
Mm-hmm.
Couple that stick out to you.
How about flea and tick?
That's important. I know we've got a lot of outdoor people as well, so
I'm
sure they're encountering this.
Yes. So on the flea and tick, you want 5 drops of cedar wood, 4 drops of lavender, 3 drops of geranium.
I'll be your geranium girl. You'll just point to me and I'll say it.
Okay.
Geranium copaiba, just signal me.
And 1 drop of lemongrass. Now here's where the aloe vera juice or a distilled water come into play. So you could use either or of those. You add the essential oils to a 2 ounce spray bottle. Then top the bottle off with the aloe vera juice or distilled water. Shake before you each use, and you use 1 to 2 spray. Rub all over your animal, especially around the ears, legs, neck, and belly. And that will retract the fleas and ticks. Okay. And then we all know how our dogs get bad breath, and we really don't want them near us breathing. Here's something for that. 4 drops of myrrh, 2 drops of peppermint. Now remember, peppermint's good for dogs, not cats. 1 tablespoon of fractionated coconut oil, and 1 tablespoon of
colloidal silver.
Yeah, which is not cheap either. Add ingredients to a 1 ounce spray bottle. top off with still water to use. Lift the lid, the lip of the animal, and then squeezed into the mouth 1 to 2 times daily for the fresh breath.
Nice.
Then you don't have to worry about the smell of their breath. You could also make them toothpaste too and brush their teeth if you want to. That will take 2 tablespoons of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of biotin clay,
Bentonite?
or bentonite clay, and a half tablespoon of fractionated coconut oil, and 1 to 2 drops of myrrh or peppermint. So when you're doing cats, use the myrrh. When you're doing your dogs, use the peppermint.
Or maybe both.
Or both.
Yeah.
But on cats, not the peppermint. Add ingredients into a bowl, mix. You may need a few more drops of fractionated coconut oil to make as a paste. Put the toothpaste in a 5 ml cream jar. Brush teeth daily. Raw bones are very helpful for keeping the dog's teeth clean.
Cool. Nice.
Yep.
So you mentioned some of the things to look out for. Can you reiterate that a little bit of the signs of possible toxicity and yeah, just things to look out for our pets?
So when we're diffusing in the air, one thing you'll notice is if the dog's or cat's eyes are getting red and itchy, and they'll start going like this. They are getting irritated with what's in the air. They'll start frothing a little bit. Kind of looks like they're becoming rabies infested. Because I had a cat that actually frothed when I did a lemon in the air. And because they're allergic to the lemon, of course they started frothing and going, okay, this is not me.
Good.
And so listening to these different signs like swelling, like when you're putting on something topically and your dog is having a reaction, even though it's all right for them to have it, it's just them.
Yeah, every dog's different. Just like humans.
There are some people that cannot even touch lavender no matter what. I got a client that I massage. I can't use coconut oil on her, and I can't use eucalyptus because she is highly allergic to them. And same with animals. They have the allergic reactions of like fur will come missing, scabs will appear, rashes. You'll notice them licking themselves constantly or panting, breathing change. Another sign is they'll start pulling on their ears. And that they do that when they have insects in there, but when they're allergic to oils and you're using oils for their ears, because they do have a recipe for that, for ear spray for ear mites, you'll watch how they'll react to it by the ear turning red and having pus spots. So those are the major ones to look for.
Gotcha. Any questions on this so far, guys? You can unmute yourself or type in the chat.
I have a question. If they are showing signs of toxicity, what should we do? Should we take them to the vet or just let it play out?
What you should probably do is, if you're doing a diffuser, turn the diffuser off, open the windows, and start clearing the air and see if your animal starts clearing up on the reaction. If it's topical, wash them. Give them a bath.
And dilute it with the oil, right?
Yeah.
The olive oil, just like we would on ourselves. The water would kind of push it in further. So
yeah, so like place your animal in a bath and do like a aloe vera juice bath. That is what I would do. Yeah, douse them. They'll wash it out in that, and eventually their allergic reaction will go away. However, if they're still having the allergic reaction, I would take them into the vet.
Or if you see they're still getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the breathing.
Just like you would for yourself, you know?
So if your animal's breathing change and it's then something in the air. However, if you're brushing their teeth and you notice that their breathing is changing because of what's in their mouth, then rinse their mouth out with the water and stuff. And then distilled water will work too because it won't push the oil in as far, but it'll take and rinse it out, and then take them to the vet and make sure that their lungs are okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Any other questions so far? All right. It was really cool to see at the convention the other day, I think it was a couple years ago now, they introduced the veterinary panel, doTERRA's veterinary panel. So we actually do have a panel of veterinarians that work with doTERRA to help make sure that we are giving people the information they need to help support these wonderful furry friends of ours and furry family members, and do the right thing by them. And it's so cool, the different stories that they told. And I bet if you searched it on YouTube, you could probably find it. I'm sure it's there, the veterinary panel, like doTERRA's veterinary panel. And I'll make sure and include a link to that information on the veterinary panel as well, okay? So we've talked about some of the different common pet conditions. Is there anything that is on your minds right now? We've shared several, tips and tricks and things like that. But what are you guys wondering about? You could type it in the chat or unmute yourself.
I've got one.
Okay.
And it's one we've kind of been dealing with, but we have a pet that has some hip problems, some failing, a German Shepherd, and she's getting hip issues, can't get up the stairs and stuff. We have been using, I've been giving her coconut oil, which kind of helps with her coat, but I've been using copaiba actually, and turmeric, both powdered and oil in her food. And we've seen some pretty good results with that. And then I recently found out about maca root, which is another nutrient, but just if there's any other ideas for helping with joints in the dog.
I have a question.
So, so just to speak on that really quick, when I think joints, first thing that jumps to my mind is lemongrass.
Which
they
can use.
And I just checked the list on there, and they can use that.
It's in one of the recipes in the back.
And both of them, both cats and dogs,
Yeah.
to help support joints. So that might be a good thing
internal?
to add. Sorry?
Internal? You do it internally?
They use it
Topically. Probably just topically, right?
I use it topically. It does have supplement facts on it, so we can do it like humans can do it internally. But I would stick with topically
to start off
with, because like we said, dilute, and it's hard to get less than a drop in your.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think it is in the omegas. Yeah.
Sarah, was that you that had a question?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask how to use the lemongrass, but you guys answered it. Or to how to use, or actually, I don't have lemongrass in my collection at the moment, but I do have copaiba. So, and my dog has some pretty bad joint pain, so I would just dilute copaiba and then rub it like on her hips.
Okay.
So
when you're massaging your dog's hips, if you sit there and you go back in over the sockets like this, that is a nice relaxing massage, and you could go like this around the hips. You're going to notice your dog's going to lay down and feel more relaxed when you're doing it. And if you're using the essential oils with it, it's going to release a lot of that inflammation that's caused. And the turmeric, I use that on my dog's hips. When he was a puppy, he flew out the car door or unrolled the window down. I didn't know the child safety lock was off, and he fell out of the car, thankfully not into traffic, and he broke both hips. He had to have surgery on one, and the other one he couldn't have surgery on. They just let it heal. But he kept re-breaking that hip periodically. And now he has one leg, and that's the one they did the surgery on, that he will lift up and run since he is now 6. And I have to sit there and I have to massage his hips daily and give him some hip supplements to help with the pain. And
Awesome, thank you.
What about Deep Blue? Is that okay to put on them?
Let me see what's in Deep Blue.
I think wintergreen is not. I don't think wintergreen.
Yeah, wintergreen is not the best for the animals because of the reaction they have to it. I mean, you could give a little try, but yeah, wintergreen is on both cats and dogs. Huh? What? Go right ahead.
You can say this is mine.
You want one of these too?
Yes. Labels.
So yeah, the wintergreen is not recommended for the animals because of its reaction. It could give them rashes or cause breathing issues.
It's strong oil.
It's a very strong oil.
Yeah.
But that oil is so strong. Even a light speckle of it is going to be probably too potent for your animal to use. But the lemongrass shouldn't be that potent if you dilute it enough. But yeah, I haven't seen anywhere where. But what is in Deep Blue? Wintergreen is in Deep Blue, correct?
Wintergreen, blue tansy, and I'm not remembering off the top of my head. It's
got a menthol or something in it too that might not be.
Yeah, that might not be that great for the animals.
Yeah.
Because
of
that.
And one thing I remember from the veterinarians panel, at least, like things like the tea tree oil and stuff. One reason that the animals, like why they react or have such a hard time with it, is they don't metabolize it like we do as quickly, and they have different rates of metabolizing oils, and so especially based on their size, it's like, treating them like an infant and things. And so even just giving them a way to get out of the room or something when you diffuse, or just diluting and noting size, I think just the way they metabolize it. So
now another essential oil that I would use for their hips and stuff would be lavender, because it's an anti-inflammatory.
That's a good idea.
And it helps with pain. Lavender.
I almost forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, especially when you're in labor as a woman, you can actually use lavender on your back or on your belly when you're in labor, and it helps with the pain.
So in Deep Blue, we've got wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus. Okay,
so the wintergreen, definitely you don't want to use on them.
Yeah. Peppermint not for the cat. But some of these other ones, like a little bit of ylang ylang.
Could work, yeah.
And helichrysum, I love helichrysum. The more I learn about it, the more I'm just absolutely amazed by it.
And dogs and cats can have that one.
Yeah. So that would be a good one.
It's in one of their salves.
That was one of the BOGO box items, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, so if you got the BOGO box, you've got your helichrysum.
In fact, it's in their all natural healing salve, which that healing salve could probably work on the hips as well. You could give that a try.
Yeah, let's see. Copaiba, lavender. Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, it has frankincense oil, which all these different oils that are in this salve actually is great for stuff like that.
Awesome.
I guess I just have a little comment. I agree. All those oils, the frankincense and the lavender, copaiba. We're big hikers, so when we come back, I have a little spray. You guys, I think you talked about it, and it's just like distilled water, and then 2 drops of frankincense, copaiba. What else did I say?
Myrrh.
Lavender. I didn't put myrrh in it. I don't have myrrh yet. I want myrrh, and then I just spray his little paws when we get back from hiking, just to help those little cuts and scrapes if he has any.
Nice. Yep. I need to make a friend of mine. He has a pool, and his dog's feet. He gets so excited to be out there played and such, and he doesn't realize his feet are getting hurt, you know. And so I need to make him some of that for his puppy dog.
Yep. That'll help its paws. Really good.
Fantastic. Anybody else have something, any questions that they have, or something they've used, or something they would like some advice on?
How do we get a copy of those sheets that you have?
So you can get them at gotoilsupplies.com. But I am going to upload some stuff too in our VIP Healthy Habits group. And if you're not a member of that group yet, ask whoever invited you to this, and they will make sure that you get invited into there. And we've got units, like learning units in there that have all this different information. And this would be in week 8 of oil camp. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
I'll make sure all my gals get the info.
Thanks, Lorelai.
You're welcome, Linda.
I'm seeing. Fantastic. Cool. Let's see. Oh, some of the different oils. We've talked about a lot of them. I borrowed this.
So these oils that she's actually showing on the slides, those are good for your animal.
Frankincense, of course, right? When in doubt.
Yeah, and it's used in a lot of these recipes right here. That myrrh. And that one.
And geranium. Just point to me. Geranium.
And lemongrass, which.
Yep.
Yeah, you're definitely going to, when you make your little bits of your products and stuff and like put them in bottles. I went to Walmart and I got these. I know they're not glass, they're plastic. But when you're using things fast, plastic's okay, because I use a lot of stuff on my animals quickly.
And really highly diluted like that too.
Yeah, and well, you were wanting very highly diluted on your cats. So plastic's easy to use and stuff for them. And then when you store them, the cats will sniff them out and knock them off the shelf and try to open them if they love them.
Yeah. You know the craftiness of your animals, like plan accordingly, okay?
My dogs, you leave it out on the table, they take it outside, they'll bite and break anything open and have it all over the place.
Gotta love them. Love them.
The dollar store has some really nice tins that I found, like for like salves type thing. That are like, little round tins, and they have some other containers too. So, an idea.
That'll be nice.
Let's see. Okay, so I think the big takeaway that I want to have for you guys is when these little oils, they pack a punch. You guys know this, and so planning accordingly with that. Dilute. And it seems like this can be such a wonderful bonding experience. with your pet.
Mm-hmm. It is. Because when you're massaging them and everything else and rubbing them down with your hands, it's more of a bonding experience for them. Plus it's pain relief and anything else that could help. Is everyone from around this area on here?
Let's see, Shoshana,
No.
Washington. Linda, where are you? Or
Memphis.
Memphis. Oh, welcome.
Nice.
Thanks.
We have a Reiki specialist that does Reiki on animals, and she does classes and stuff and teaches people on how to do Reiki on their animals for people who are long distance, and that if you can't come here to get Reiki done on your animals. So I'll try to get her to do one, and I'll give Lisa our Facebook address and stuff like that so you guys could join in.
Yeah.
When we do that one.
And so before we go, I wanted to just show you guys really fast here. So everybody here was saying that you're familiar with doTERRA. I think everybody said they have an account. And so I just wanted to show you really quick. Okay, where's my control panel?
I have one more tip that I've learned.
Ooh, yes.
If anyone wants to hear it. Sorry, I talk too much. Obviously we bathe our dogs. My dog gets bathed quite often because he's so dirty. But I haven't used it yet, but I've heard that the baby bath wash is actually a really good wash that you can use on your dogs as well, because it is so gentle.
A shampoo.
Yeah, and so.
The shampoo bath wash. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then if you would like another recipe for that, she's got one right here.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
On in the book.
That Oil Life book.
On page 456, it gives a pet shampoo book or shampoo recipe. It's 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of castile soap, 1/4 tablespoon of vitamin E, 3 drops of peppermint essential oils, 2 drops of Roman
chamomile,
and then 2 drops of purify essential oils and 1 drop of cedar wood essential oil. And then you place all the ingredients in a glass jar, mix well, apply a 1/4 size amount to your pet and scrub vigorously. Then use more on your larger pets if you need it. And then shampoo will be a little bit watery, but the pet will be a lot cleaner and smell great for days.
And
I'm gonna try that. I love that.
I love having these options, guys, because stuff isn't as regulated for our pets as it is for us. I mean, and it's poorly regulated for us, am I right? So it's even worse for our pet care products. So having these tools and this information, I'm just so glad to get it out there. So just really quick, I wanted to show you the smartest way to get your oils. It's using that loyalty rewards program. So with your membership, of course, you can always create a one-time order and 50% of your shipping gets reimbursed to you in doTERRA dollars, or what we call LRP points, okay? So, but if you want more than that, you can join the loyalty rewards program and you have your oils shipped to you monthly, and 100% of your shipping gets reimbursed to you in those product points. And I'll just show you really quick. You can create one just by doing this new LRP. There's lots of other perks. Ask the person that invited you to this to share all the different perks, but all you would do, you could go to just edit order once you've started it up, and you can just type in there. So off the top of my head, let's see. I'm thinking, which one? I think myrrh. I think myrrh is like at the top of my list right now. And let's see if I can spell it right. Oh my goodness, I almost did. That's a little miracle right there. So quick add into there. And then if you, like with myrrh, just that single oil, it qualifies for me to get 10% back when I purchase it through LRP. And you can always, and as you stay on it, you can get up to 30% back on all of your orders. So you can see I have 230 points in my little doTERRA dollar stash here, okay? It adds up fast.
And today I used my points to purchase my myrrh.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Great minds think alike, apparently.
Yep.
So that's how you do that, and you can either save it to process on a specific date, or you can proceed to check out right away, and you will still get those points back.
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna take that one.
And if there's a month that you just really don't need much, or you can't do much, then even just doing like a $5 or $10 will keep your points accruing and keep your percentage accruing.
Yeah. So that's how that works. And I'll just save this really quick.
Thanks, gals. That was awesome.
So thank you so much for joining us. I will stop this recording.